Joe, what's up? Good morning, and also good night to everyone. What happened? Why? Oh my gosh, what happened? Yeah, I'm actually having to suffer the cost because, oh yes, I am excited to. I'm excited to talk today too. Honestly, I don't feel like talking, but the Lord is like, no, get up, talk to your people. God is good, right? I have my coffee, but I know I won't be able to drink it unless I take my mask off. That's the only way I'll be able to drink it. And I'm not taking my mask off unless I'm doing a face reveal, and that's not today. Um, you see the title today? It's Trucking Day, okay? We're talking about trucking. Yes, I may mix a little bit with God as well because, God is in everything I do. So when it comes to or anyone that's watching, anything that I do, God is involved, no matter what. Why can't I look at my hair? I did a haircut. That's why I'm not taking everything off. I'm not always looking fresh as a truck driver. So, as he should be, right? So, not getting paid enough as a truck drivers, huh? Truck drivers, any truck drivers are in the chat. Comment down below, number one or number two. Any truck drivers? If not, that's okay. If they have not seen this, they'll see this for sure later. You know what? I am actually not looking so hot in my head, but it is kind of hot outside. So I'll do you guys a favor and I'll show you my hair. I'll do that for sure. That's the least I can do, so I don't look crazy covering everything up. Making my own American hijab, okay? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. American hijab is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not. I'm not Hindi or anything like that. I am purely African American. Apparently, that's not who I truly identify as. But and hold on, my true self is a Hebrew Israelite. I'm from the 12 tribes of Israel, according to the Bible. So my dad didn't. Your dad didn't. I'm sorry. I'm missing all your messages. I know they get paid a lot. Yeah, so truck drivers, I know you guys, it's okay if you guys are not like, um, I know you guys are watching. I know if you don't see this, you'll see this when it's posted, just like every other time and every other videos. But I'm only here for you guys and you guys only. I'm here to expose the truth the best way possible without getting shadow banned, of course. What this guy doing? This guy is not okay. Well, clearly I have the right of way. Anyway, but yeah. So I want to talk about a lot of things that's going on in trucking because I see a lot of videos. I see a lot of videos on YouTube about truck drivers that work for companies and truck drivers that work for as a contractor for other companies, whether it's big or small. Because honestly, um, it's not like how it used to be, as like what veterans say about truck driving. And honestly, I just wanted, this is just personally based off of my experience. Like I would never tell nobody what I don't really know. So what I do know, I will tell you. And I'm not the type of person to act ignorant either. I'm not here to shoot hate. So I just want to get that. Pushed out to you guys. I'm not here to shoot hate or anything like that. I'm not a hateful person. Like I said, I'm a believer of Jesus Christ. So I'm not gonna slander people. It's not part of who I truly am since I died in Christ. But now, YouTube, for disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. So I am not trying to, I'm not a professional financial advisor. And yes, I'm saying that because I may add a little bit of financial, but I'm not a financial advisor, but I am actually teaching as educational purpose only. But so now that I got that out the way, so I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna start for what I know now. Okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning. Back in 2020, okay, 2020, all truck drivers know. I mean, that's kind of when my trucking career actually started to begin. Back in 2020, and I know for a fact that, like, man, I didn't really understand it, and I didn't really understand like what it's like to be a contractor. I tried to get into Walmart. I tried to get into Penske. I tried to get into a lot of big companies as a new driver, but they wouldn't hire me at all because I had no experience. Okay, and that was back in 2020. After that, I was like, man, like, where am I going? Where am I going to work? How am I going to feed myself? And I'm just sitting here trying to find other drivers just to get information, because not every single truck driver is going to tell you everything. They're gonna tell you whatever they feel like. So, and that's okay. But I had a buddy of mine that, like I said, from my other live streams. If you guys watch my other live streams, I had a buddy. I talked about I had a buddy that I used to know. I'm not here to expose nobody, but we're no longer talking. For a simple fact, from what our allegations, which is very little, but I've known him for a long time. I know many other truck drivers since I've been to truck driving school, and basically they were pretty cool people. I also worked with the same truck driving school after graduating, so that way I can actually have at least some type of experience rather than none, because at least having some sort of experience is better than none, right? It makes sense, right? Now, as I started getting experience on my belt, I noticed that, like, I didn't know nothing about mapping. I didn't know nothing about certain roads I couldn't be on or certain roles that I couldn't, because truck driving school doesn't teach you everything. Like the, what's it called? The common sense that a lot of veteran drivers have. You know, something that's more like common sense. Like for instance, don't merge onto a freeway, especially if you don't have a right of way. You know, just that's just for example. Like the people that's already on the freeway, or not people but cars, they automatically have the right of way no matter what. They don't have to yield. That's why when you're going on to the freeway, you're to respect the right of way of traffic. Now, I honestly want to get to a long story to a short story, right? So I'm gonna make this very short. So when after working for this company, and I got some experience on my belt, I'm gonna fast forward, okay? Because I don't want to make this video too long. So probably 2 years ahead of time, or maybe 1 or 2 years, I start understanding, oh, okay, this is how this works, this is how that worked, right? And, I was like, okay. Now, I like using Trucker Path. I didn't know nothing about Trucker Path before, on the first maybe year or two, I guess, or a year and a half. I used Google. The worst mistake ever. But I later learned that, just by, talking to other drivers, it helps. It helps you gain knowledge. It helps you by a long shot, rather than somebody that don't talk to nobody. Because I'm not an introvert, and there's a lot of introverts in the trucking industry. I'm not gonna expose nobody, but like I said, that's what I'm just saying out of my experience. Like I said, I'm not gonna tell you something I don't know. Okay. Then once when I started learning how to use GPSing, and I started learning the common sense, and then I started knowing all these other things, the terminologies. That's what I'm looking for. The terminology when it comes to trucking as well. Like you just start knowing. Like if you're heavy, you're not finna be going riding behind somebody, like like on their tail. Like you're not gonna be hecka close to them if you're heavy. Obviously, that's a big red flag right there, because a lot of people, they like to tailgate each other. Why? Because they're in a rush, and I get it. I'll be in a rush too, but at the same time, I know that it's not good for my health. It's not healthy to be aggressive all the time. I mean, I see this every day. People are driving, swerving in traffic. Okay, you got a new sports car, German car, or American car. I get it. You got a nice car, man. But I'm not hating nobody. Everybody got to get it when they get it. People got to eat. So that's cool. But at the same time, trucking is not just a lifestyle to me. It's an investment, because everything that I'm making so far throughout these years, I've been saving up as a 1099, because that's basically what I'm doing right now. 1099. Now, I will say there's goods and bads when it comes to 1099. The good thing is you get paid a lot. Okay, that's a good thing compared to W-2. And the reason why you get paid a lot is because they don't really take a lot of taxes. They don't take any taxes on out of your paycheck when it comes to 1099 compared to W-2. I tried to work W-2 back in California. It just did not work for me. There's a company that I know. Okay, there's a company that I know that literally, they want me to come back after working for them. That's okay. I understand that the market, even like till this day, 2025, okay, is actually tougher compared to how it used to be back in 2020. It's not as booming. But I will say, without truck drivers, your shelf will be empty. Everybody has their own opinion. It doesn't matter. What works for you works for you. Period. What works for you works for you. And hey, if I love 1099, I'm gonna do it. If it's helping me make money and I'm able to save money, I'm gonna do it. If it Same for those with W-2s. If you like W-2s and it helps you save money, that's cool. You know, totally fine with me. I'll respect all options. There's no right or wrongs, but especially if it's working for you. Don't ever let nobody tell you. Don't let nobody ever tell you. We'll have worked with plenty of companies that try to tell me what doesn't work when it wasn't working for me. I'm sure that everybody can relate what that is like when something is working for you. So that's out the picture. Another thing is, this company I'm working for right now, they're good. They're pretty good to me. I have no complaints. You know, I'm not going to say too much, but so, they got trucks. But when it comes to like a lot of other companies, I'm gonna say this: for all those are truck drivers, there's a lot of trucking companies in Chicago. That's for one. A lot of trucking companies in Chicago. And that's all I'm gonna say, because a lot of Chicago trucking companies they're not all legitimate. I'm gonna put it like that. Okay, I out of my experience, some of them had treated me very poorly, so poorly that I had to leave, put in my 2-week notice, and leave. I just don't want to be part of a bad company, because at the end of the day, if you look at in scriptures, Satan come to kill, steal, and destroy. Okay, at the end of the day, we cannot allow certain things to hinder our walk with God. Okay, because when we're on this walk with God, we have to take precaution of everything we do, because especially if it can hinder your faith. Okay, we don't want no vulnerability, no open sides on our armor of God that we put on every day. I know for a fact that, at one point, I used to work for this company. I don't think this company is a secret anymore, but I used to work for this company called Super Ego. So if any of you guys know a company named Super Ego, red flag. I'm gonna put it like that, red flag. They won't never leave me alone. They keep calling my phone. Why are you calling my phone? I don't know. You need drivers that bad, but you give me a paycheck that's $50 after working for them for a week. It's a weekly paycheck of $50. I don't know if it was a dispatch or the contract was smelling bad, but I instantly told them that they had a check engine light on their truck. You need to come pick it up. That was it. At the end of the day, I'm not going to work for a company that's not helping me eat or putting me in a bad spot where I can't go home. Okay, because I need to go home or have some money to save up at least a little bit in case I have to catch a flight to get home. If they're not contributing on my rainy day emergency, I can't stay with a company, because my rainy day emergency is not. It's not going to be a rainy day emergency if I keep working with them. I'm gonna put it like that. I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying, because, like I said, I'm not trying to say too much. I'm not here to expose too much either. I'm willing to go certain lengths, but I'm not going to slander people's names. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of other companies that are actually not really good. I'm not gonna go as far as like attacking people because you know, but I will expose darkness. That is what I'm called to do. On this walk. I'm sorry, baby Joe. I see your messages. I love truck drivers. Hey, thank you so much. I love you too. Love you so much too. I am an introvert. I had to go. I need to get ready for work. Okay, no worries. Hey, God bless you, and I hope that you are safe wherever you are. About time when I'm done talking, this video will probably be already uploaded because that's just how it works for me. But yeah. So I wanna make this clear because we always talk about problems about this, problems about that when it comes to trucking. But what have we solved as truck drivers? What have we solved? What can we do to solve certain issues that we're having complaints about? Well, a lot of the things that we tend not to do is look at ourselves. Okay, you evaluate or reevaluate yourself. Reevaluate your plans because not all your plans are going to stay the same. Some of your plans are going to change, and you have to be prepared for change. As human beings, we're used to change for thousands of years. Look how we evolved. It's a blessing from God. So at the end of the day, what I have done is put money away, no matter how little or how big it is. Okay, if you know for a fact that you're only getting paid a certain amount, you put away at least a little percentage that you feel comfortable about. Okay, I'm not going to name no number, but I will say for me, okay, for me, if I was gaining $500 every week, right? If I was gaining $500 every week, I'll put away at least $200 because I know for a fact my phone bill's not high. I don't really have to pay bills like that since I'm OTR. If you don't know what OTR stands for, because a lot of people aren't truck drivers, but OTR stands for over the road. Over the road, meaning that I'm an over the road driver. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Another thing is, invest your money. Whatever you have, invest it into something. You want to become your own workbench shop. When you start workbench, crafting tables, crafting chairs, or making a business. It doesn't matter. Business is a business. You don't need a building to have a business. You don't. You are the business. So whatever you do is your business. So that's another thing. I can tell you right now, I have my own investments. I have my own way of preparing. I know for a fact that we're living at a time right now in 2025 where things are actually changing rapidly. So what are you doing to prepare for next year right now? That's what we should be looking at ourselves. We should be questioning ourselves because at the end of the day, I'm looking at myself too. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm in a good situation or a bad one, because we're blessed. We're God's children, especially when we give our life to Him. We're His creation, more likely. I'm gonna put it that way. So, but because the difference of God's children and His creation is, let me reevaluate that. The difference of God's children is that you gave your life to Jesus Christ, which is the Son of God. compared to someone that hasn't. Hold on, I need to move over. Compared to someone that hasn't given their life to God, then you're not the children. You're not children of God. You're still children of the world until you give your life to God. Our works are like filthy rags without the Lord. So, man, I have to use the restroom. I am not gonna lie. Okay, but so back to back to my other question. Um, when we face challenges, we have to adapt. More of the story, adapt. Stop complaining, do something. Even if it's little, even if it doesn't change nothing. Do you know when you actually start when you start a job, you don't see the change, but you know that the change will come, right? After your first paycheck. So just because you don't see the change doesn't mean things aren't going to change. No, God is actually working on your behalf so that way God can bring you closer to Him, and so that way you can glorify Him by building up what is needed, not what's needed here on this earth, because this earth is nothing but a testimony. And I talked about that in the other video, but not video, but live stream. Another thing is, not gonna lie, I have a habit of touching my hair. Another thing is pay. Okay, I'm gonna get back to pay again. Okay, I'm trying to stay on subject because I tend to lean off on other subjects too. But pay-wise, when it comes to trucking, don't work with a company when you feel like, oh, it's too good to be true. Don't do that to yourself. You cannot do that in 2025. Now you have to think twice. You have to think twice. You have to be sure. Well, if you don't know what to be sure about, talk to another truck driver. Talk to someone that you trust that's a truck driver, because when you start signing that paperwork to a company, you're signing off your privacy to them, because we all are under, or not all of us, but if you're a U.S. citizen, then you're under Social Security. So apparently these companies are going to take your Social Security. It's part of the requirements in order for you to work for a company. So that's what I'm saying. You're signing off your privacy, your information. So now I'm not saying it's a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing at all. I'm saying be careful, because once they got your information, then they can start, doing whatever they want. And I'm not trying to make up some crazy, accusation, some crazy, just something crazy. I'm not trying to say nothing too crazy. Okay, put it like that. I'm trying to be careful with what I'm saying, but not all trucking companies are bad. No, not all trucking companies are bad. Okay, there's still good ones. You have to keep searching, even if it takes you a couple years. Yeah, a couple years may seem long, but look how fast today has gone. It was just here right now where I'm at. Like it's already, the sun is already up. The moment I made this live stream, probably 40 minutes ago, the sun probably would have still be down. Yeah, I'm just over here. I want you guys to see this. want you guys to see this, what's happening. So as I'm talking, you guys know why I'm stopping when I'm talking. Because this traffic is getting real. It's getting real, man. Not every company will have your best interests. They're not. They're not going to have your best interests at all because, for one, especially if you're 1099, most companies, they're cutthroats. It's the truth and reality. You kind of have to accept that. I'm the type of person that's going to get straight to the point. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing, but I will be respectful and I will be careful what I say. Yet alone, I won't sugarcoat nothing. Reminder. So I know for sure that when I worked my first 1099 job, I thought it was all good. Okay, like I said from the beginning of like 40 minutes ago. Okay, I thought it was all good, but till now, I start to realize it's good now, even still. But the only cons instead of the pros, because I always talk about the pros a lot. I like to talk about the bad things before I talk about the good things, pros and cons, you know. But yeah, the cons is that if they really wanted to, they can take your money. I have worked with a company before, and they took my escrow money, tried to blame me for a spill. Okay, they tried to blame me for a spill that I had in the trailer because it was reefer. Reefer is basically refrigerator trailer. It's 53 foot, and I tell you right now, they take my money after I put in my 2-week notice. Now I'm not gonna lie, I usually don't stay for 2 weeks after I put in a 2-week notice when it comes to a company. Only if I know that, you know, it's really not good to stay at all. Like, just run, you know, run. So I know for a fact when I worked for certain companies, I didn't even put in a 2-week notice. I just left. I said, here, have your truck. I'm going. I'm not coming back. And I don't give them a reason. You don't owe any company a reason why you're not coming back. That's the truth. Half the time, a lot of companies know the reason before you give them the reason. They just want to hear your reason. So that way they have 2 different reasons. You know, and I just don't want to. Sometimes it's best to not say nothing compared to say something. You know what I mean? So I'm driving slow right now because a lot of traffic, they like to sit at the same speed limit as me as I'm driving, as a truck driver. Like, yet enough, this truck is not dangerous enough for them. They'd rather go the same speed limit as me, side to side. This truck is a death machine, and people don't understand how dangerous it is to be close to one of these trucks. And this is why that a lot of truck drivers are getting paid a lot of money, because at the end of the day, we're risking our lives and we're carrying expensive cargo. The expensive cargo in our trucks is actually just random, you know, depending on wherever we pick it up from and where it's coming from and where it's going to. Like, yeah, so focus on driving, to be honest, because this is a beautiful sight. Look at this. So beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. You know what, guys? Hold on. I got to do something real quick. Got to do something real quick. All right. Trying to pull back on this freeway. I'm going to let the traffic know that I need to get over. Hopefully they're nice enough. There's too many cars passing me up. Oh, man. What is this? car should know to be nice. Let me over. They see my signal. We're good. We are good. So I don't know what I was talking about, to be honest, but all I know on that subject, why truck drivers not getting paid enough, basically. That's basically, I think the title's named something else, but basically, yeah, it's kind of what I'm saying. Dude, this is kind of crazy. So yeah, I mean, guys, I'm gonna look more into like when it comes to not getting paid enough. I know it has to do a lot with the FMCSA. The FMCSA is not really, they're not gonna do nothing good for truck drivers. Not everything's gonna be good for truck drivers. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be hard, but one thing I know for sure, it has to be hard before it gets good. It has to get hard before it's good. I'm gonna be honest. So, life is not supposed to be easy. Otherwise, everybody will be good. It's just that simple. Some people work smarter than harder. Some people work harder than smarter. It all depends. Hey, what's up? Hey, I appreciate it, my man. Thank you. I hope that God is blessing you, and I hope that you have a long, peaceful life yourself. So, yeah, one thing I like to do when I drive trucks, I like to respect all drivers. Okay, give them their space. I do what I have to do out of my experience. Not all of my experience comes from school. No, just about like a half the portion does, but majority of my experience come from when I get behind the wheel. Because a lot of trucking schools, they don't really know what they're talking about. They don't. Now they know certain things. They don't know everything. You know, that's a big difference. I typically like to do my research before I talk about certain things, or if I have my own personal experience, you know, as my opinion or fact, I would say, I'll say what's on my mind carefully, because you know, like I said before, it's part of who I am. You know, I'm not here to slaughter people names, or you know, stump on their reputation. I'm not here to do none of that. I'm not gonna make this channel out of hate and revenge, and because the revenge is not ours. Okay, you believe in Jesus, the revenge it's for Jesus. So for the most part, when it comes to hardships, when it comes to this industry, like trucking industry, we have to adapt. First of all, look at yourself. What can you do to at least have money? Okay. How much money do you have saved up compared to how much money you make? Now, I'm not asking you that question. I want you guys to ask yourself, okay? Because, like I said, I'm only letting you guys know for educational purposes. We have to be prepared. We have to adapt. We have to do better and be a step or maybe a couple steps ahead. Because, man, I may not know you guys personally on the other side of that screen, but I don't want nobody to suffer. I really don't. If you could be as prepared as much of a little, then that's good enough. So, and all you need is a little bit of faith, a little bit of faith that's like a mustard seed, like what it says in scriptures. Just have a little bit of faith. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Yes, the trucking industry sucks, but sometimes things have to crash before it gets better. That's just how it is. Everything has to crash. Everything. When a lot of things fail, okay. When a lot of things fail, like the dollar, the best thing you can do is get gold. Okay, save up your money, buy gold, because at the end of the day, if one day, it is said that if one day, not in the Bible, but if one day, if the bank stopped working, what are you gonna do? How you gonna eat? You can't withdraw money, and so basically, you just got to stay prepared in case certain things happen. Do the best you can, so that way you don't have to suffer later on. If God can feed the animals, if God can feed the fishes, then what makes you think that God will feed you in hard times like this? If food is expensive, if materials stuff is expensive, what makes you think God is not going to take care of you? For the most part, the God that I know, aka Lord Yeshua, is what I know him for, aka Jesus Christ, what most people know him for. If my God is jealous of you and me, then that should be enough to make you feel special and want to worship him. Because in scripture, it does say that our Lord, our Father, our God is a jealous God. And we're to serve no other God but the Father. Okay? So I want this to be crystal clear. When I talk about God, I'm not talking about no other God. I'm only talking about Jesus Christ. Or, as what most people hear me say, my Lord Yeshua. What's up, rapper? Yo, yo, yo. I'll be rapping over here. No, I was playing. What's up, bro? Oh, shoot. What's going on here? Traffic is just stopping out of nowhere. Look at this crazy stuff, man. Traffic just starting to stop. You're asking, do I remember you? I remember a lot of people, and I do also remember that not everybody actually talked to me that much. I do remember your name, rapper, so you might have to refresh my mind again because my mind is not here. I've been under a rock for 2,000 years. That's just me sarcastically talking, okay? You're going to have to remind me for the 500th time before I be like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, So, hey, bro, you're going to have to remind me, man. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect, but, I don't know everybody's nicknames, okay? Oh, look at this. Freaking car accident on the side. This is crazy. Oh, wow, dude. Well, there's too many cars blocking me, so there's no way for me to. Hey, man, that's why traffic was stopped. And every time these traffic stop to look, they have to slow down to look. See, I didn't slow down. I kept moving. I'm going to look and move away as quickly as possible. But everybody wants to stop and look. Oh, look at this guy. He's in an accident. And that's okay. Everybody has. I'm not telling you you're wrong, but man, it's dangerous to stop on the freeway. I'm sure that's understandable for most people that has a driver license. Apparently, I moved on the slow lane. So, but yeah, back to what I was saying. That's what I'm saying because we got like what 5 more minutes left. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna extend this line for too much longer. Um, if you are a truck driver, I want you to listen right now. If you're in a truck right now, just like how I am, and you're working hard, pushing these miles, I appreciate you as a brother to another brother or a brother to another sister. So I really appreciate you for your hard work and dedication, motivation, your faith into trucking. And not only as in trucking, but you're feeling led by God, whether you know it or not. A lot of people are ignoring who's important. And a person that's important, more than important than the trucking industry, is God. How old I am? 30. 30 years old, man. A lot of people may disagree. They'll be like, oh, you don't look 30. Apparently not. I mean, do I look 30 or no? It's not even sunny outside, so I think I would actually keep those off for now because I can't see. Obviously, it's cloudy, and I'm not trying to have it too I'm not trying to have my eyes look, feeling like it's dark. But yeah, I appreciate you guys as not just the truck drivers, but if you work at a fast food, hey, I respect people that work at 9 to 5 too, because the amount of hard work that we do every single day should just tell us, or tell a lot of people that, man, we're strong-minded, we're strong-bodied as well, and we're not giving up. We're still trying to put in the effort. And as long as you put in the effort to survive in this fallen world, that's what I call it. This world is falling apart. It does not matter what anybody say. It matters what the word of God say. Because whether you like it or not, we all will pass away. Okay? One day, when we grow old in age, okay? And soon this earth will pass away. So just so you know, it's just the truth. It's the truth. Man, these cars are crazy, man. But yeah, guys, if you guys got to the point of the live stream, I hope you understood. If you guys don't really understand what I was saying, or if you guys wanted me to, explain a little bit more about trucking, or if you like me playing trucking a lot, then just let me know down below in the comment section. Not just the live stream chat, but the comment section. Also, don't forget to hit the like and comment and share the video so that a lot of people can see this content, and it'll be pushed out to the mass majority of people that actually can see, watch this live stream or many other videos I post, so their life can change and they'll be well aware of the knowledge that I'm putting out. Otherwise, thank you guys. God bless you. And I see you guys next time. Shalom.